Hi, Kirk here from Aero Precision. Today we wanted to take a deep dive into what makes a durable suppressor. So the Lahar-30 is our debut centerfire 30 caliber can. We wanted to come to market with something that not only offered great sound and flash performance, but something that was kind of in it for the long haul and going to hold up to a number of different use cases that our customers are likely going to subject these to. So from a design perspective, once we got to a point where we were happy with that sound and flash performance, the next logical step is, how do we make this thing durable and how do we, test it to failure? So kind of the core of that was what was called the SOCOM surge test. This is based on a solicitation that SOCOM put out to test a suppressed upper receiver group for the M4 carbines at the time. And it was basically a 240 round firing cycle, and you do it multiple times. I believe the minimum was 6, and it's a combination of full auto, semi-auto, and burst fire to kind of subject a suppressor to, a worst case scenario. By the end of each of those cycles, the cans are usually going bright red hot. And it kind of walks that line between a practical and destructive test. So once we got, again, to where the sound and everything was good, we would take our revision cans and shoot them subject them to the surge test and see where that failure point was. That's kind of a big reason we ended up going with an Inconel blast baffle. We wanted to validate that. The Inconel held up way more than the 17.4 for that first baffle, and beefing up that first baffle did miles as far as contributing to the durability of the suppressor. So in the late stages of development there, it was a lot of testing, making sure we met that minimum 6, and then testing beyond that and finding where that failure point was and then addressing it to make sure we did everything we could to provide the end users with something that's going to last them, whether they're using it on a 10.3 5.56 or a 300 Winchester Magnum. And something to note here, when we were doing the surge testing, we were not doing it on the the 14.5 standard length. We actually brought it down all the way to 10.3 because again, we wanted to make sure we could stand behind that no minimum barrel length and full auto rating. So subject these to kind of something that was well outside of kind of the normal use to make sure that they would be a good lifetime product for the end customer.